Oklahoma Republican Governor Kevin Stitt joining me now. This is revolutionary, Governor. Thank you for being here to talk about. You say, and I love this quote of yours, you say, God gave kids to parents, not to the government. How does that statement inform this new policy?
Well, first off, thanks for having me on. I mean, it's common sense in Oklahoma. Parents want more options. They want more choice. And so we're trying to fund students, not systems in the state of Oklahoma. So it did pass out of the Senate, and so we're excited to get this legislation. We think it's going to be revolutionary for parents and more options, and ultimately improve outcomes in our education community here in Oklahoma.
Well, another thing you've said is tax dollars belong in the classrooms, not in the pockets of bureaucrats. How did that happen? How did the money switch from helping kids in the classroom to going in the pockets of bureaucrats?
Well, I've asked for the first ever audit of the State Department of Education because we want to make sure, like you said, that money belongs in the teachers. The magic happens when you have the best teachers in the classroom with their students. I've also proposed to pay teachers, the best teachers, up to $100,000 a year in the state of Oklahoma, because we don't want them having to leave the classroom to go into administration to make more money. I want the best teachers in our classroom teaching our young people in that next generation.
Well, Governor, you know well that teachers' unions hate the idea of merit pay. They want everybody to be paid the same, no matter how good or bad those teachers happen to be. How are you dealing with the unions?
You know, I mean, again, it makes common sense to us, and I come from the business world, and you need to have merit-based pay. You can't pay. The principals know who the best teachers are, and we want to reward them. And so we're doing that. We're working through that. We're also doing a paycheck protection plan in the state of Oklahoma. Unions should be opt-in, not opt-out. So we're trying to make sure that we protect our teachers. But yeah, the unions want to grab a hold of that paycheck and hold on to it. They don't like parents having options. They believe they should control and dictate. But here's the deal. School choice and options are not just for the rich. We want that for every single kid in the state of Oklahoma, and it shouldn't just be a few people have the luxury to choose the school that best fits their needs. We want every Oklahoma kid to have that option.
School choice is so important, and it's really the root cause of all this, or the lack of school choice. But quickly, you just heard my last segment. We're running out of teachers in places in New Jersey and other states around the country, despite the fact that we spent $200 billion in COVID relief on K through 12 education. What happened to the money?
That's why I'm doing an audit of the State Department of Education. We want to find out where that money went. Most of our schools across Oklahoma were open. We had a couple school districts in the larger communities that weren't. But that's a great question. That's why we're auditing it. It's the taxpayers' dollars. We want to find out where that went and make sure that, we can hold those responsible that didn't spend it correctly.
It's really simple, by the way. Parents want their kids to be better prepared to deal with the real world when they graduate, to go on to higher education, et cetera, if that's what they want. And test scores show that's not happening. We're paying more and getting a lot less for it. Are you working very quickly with the governor of Virginia and his plans to turn that school system around quickly?
Yeah, Glover Youngkin has done a fantastic job, and we've got a saying in Oklahoma: we want every kid to be college ready or career ready, and so that's what we're focused on in Oklahoma. But we have to break down the silos between career techs, higher ed, and common ed, and really focus on the kids and getting them ready. But this comes with more options for parents.
Well, it's a great experiment. We need great experiments in a country where our education is slipping badly. Governor Stitt, thank you so much for being here and explaining that to us. Appreciate it.
Thanks, David.